Have you ever felt that deep ache in your chest when you open yet another bill you can't pay? That crushing pressure that arrives before the month is even over, yet all your money is already gone? Know that today, right this very day, this cycle can come to an end. July 27 is not just any date on the spiritual calendar. It is the day when the gates of abundance swing wide for those who know the ancient secret of Saint Benedict's cross, a secret that has been guarded for centuries and that today will be revealed to you. Imagine waking tomorrow with a completely different feeling, a lightness you haven't experienced in years. The weight of financial worry simply vanishes. Your phone rings, an unexpected opportunity appears. Money begins to flow in ways you never dreamed possible. This is not a distant dream. It's exactly what has happened to thousands of people who discovered the transformative power of the prayer to Saint Benedict's cross, especially on July 27. The story I'm about to share with you changed the life of Marie Claire Dubois. Marie means bitter sea, Claire means clear, and Dubois means of the woods. A 57-year-old woman from the rural Auvergne region, renowned for its volcanic mountains and pastoral beauty. She was drowning in debt after losing her job and was on the verge of losing her home when she learned the ritual I will reveal in the next few minutes. In less than 3 months, not only were all her debts paid off, but she also managed to start a small artisanal bakery that now supports her entire family. And most astonishing of all, it all began on July 27 of last year. Jean-Pierre Durand. Jean-Pierre means God is gracious, rock, and Durand means steadfast. A humble man from the rolling vineyards of Bourgogne, Burgundy, known for its world-class wines, lived by odd jobs and could barely put food on the table for his 3 children. His wife fell ill, and medical expenses devoured everything he earned. One desperate night, his aunt introduced him to the power of Saint Benedict's cross. Hesitant at first, he decided to perform the prayer, I will teach you. The very next day, pay attention, he received a call for a job interview at a winery where he had left his resume over a year ago. Today, 2 years later, Jean-Pierre is a cellar manager there, and he has been able to buy his own farmhouse. Saint Benedict's cross carries an energy that transcends time. Dating back to the 6th century, it is more than a religious symbol. It is a portal of protection and abundance. Benedictine monks safeguarded its secrets for generations, knowing that its power should not fall into the wrong hands. Yet in these troubled times, this knowledge must reach pure hearts, seeking not only material wealth, but spiritual richness as well. Every letter inscribed on Saint Benedict's cross represents a code of protection against poverty and scarcity. The initials CSPB stand for Croix du Saint-Père Benoît, forming an invisible shield against the energies that drain your prosperity. Did you know that many great entrepreneurs and successful people discreetly carry this symbol? It's no coincidence. It's the manifestation of ancestral wisdom that few have access to. Anne-Lucie Martin. Anne-Lucie means grace light. Martin means dedicated to Mars, a 63-year-old retired teacher from the Loire Valley, famed for its historic chateaus and fertile fields, lived on a pension that barely covered her blood pressure medication. On July 27, 3 years ago, a neighbor shared with her the ritual of Saint Benedict's cross. With nothing to lose, Anne-Lucie decided to try it. That very week, a former student approached her with an offer to give private lessons to his son. Within a few months, Anne-Lucie was running a small tutoring group in her own home, tripling her monthly income. Robert Verreau, Robert means bright fame, Moreau means dark-skinned, a 49-year-old rideshare driver in Lyon, capital of gastronomy in Auvergne-Rhône-Alpes, performed the ritual just 6 months ago. The following week, a passenger working in real estate mentioned a low-risk land investment. Robert pooled his savings and took the leap. 3 months later, the land had appreciated by 70% thanks to a new shopping center nearby. That was only the first in a series of successful investments that transformed his financial reality. Madame Sébastien Leroy. Sébastien means venerable. Leroy means the king. A 70-year-old woman from the Picardy region, Hauts-de-France, known for its historic battlefields, lived in poverty her entire life, just like her parents and grandparents before her. When she learned of the ritual from a friend, she decided to perform it for her grandchildren, to break the cycle of scarcity that had plagued her family for generations. That same week, her son, who lived abroad, called with surprising news. He had secured a better job and would send her a monthly pension. In addition, a long-abandoned plot of land the family had owned suddenly fell into a new development plan, multiplying its value. These stories are not exceptions. They are the rule for those who understand and apply the ritual correctly. And the most fascinating part is that it doesn't matter what your current religion is. St. Benedict's cross transcends denominational lines because it works with universal energies of prosperity that respond to the sincerity of the human heart. When we speak of wealth through St. Benedict's cross, we are not referring only to money in the bank. We mean a complete transformation in your relationship with abundance. People who practice this ritual frequently report that, in addition to financial improvements, they experience a profound shift in mindset. Scarcity ceases to be a constant concern. Anxiety about the financial future dissipates. In its place arises an unshakable confidence that their needs will always be met. Now I will reveal to you the exact steps of the ritual that must be performed on July 27, but which can also be practiced on any Thursday, the day ruled by Jupiter, the planet of expansion and prosperity. First, you will need a St. Benedict's cross. It can be a medallion, a pendant, or even a printed image. What matters is that it bears the traditional inscriptions. If you don't have one, don't worry. At the end of this video, I'll show you how to obtain one or even create a temporary one that will work perfectly for the ritual. Find a quiet place in your home, preferably at dawn when the renewing energies are strongest. Light a golden or yellow candle to represent prosperity and abundance. If you don't have those colors, a white candle will suffice, as white contains all colors and energies. Hold the St. Benedict's cross in your right hand close to your heart. Close your eyes and take 3 deep breaths, feeling your body relax and your mind open to receive the blessings that are coming. Visualize a golden light emanating from the cross, enveloping your entire body and expanding throughout your home, your family, and your work. With an open and sincere heart, recite the powerful prayer that has transformed so many lives. Sacred Cross of St. Benedict, portal of protection and abundance, I invoke you in this sacred moment. Just as you protected St. Benedict from adversity, protect me from the energies of scarcity and misery. Let your ancient power open the pathways of prosperity in my life. By the sacred initials CSPB, I drive away all financial limitation. By the power of your 4 corners, I attract opportunities from the 4 corners of the earth. May the abundance of the universe flow unobstructed into my life, bringing not only material wealth, but also the wisdom to multiply it and the generosity to share it. Saint Benedict, divine intercessor, present my sincere petition to the heavens so that I may live with dignity and help those I love. I trust completely that from this moment on, my financial life will be transformed. The doors of prosperity will open for me, and no force will be able to close them. So it is, and so it shall be. Repeat this prayer 3 times with all the conviction in your heart. When you finish, remain in silence for a few minutes, sensing the energy of transformation already beginning to work in your life. Give thanks as if you have already received the blessing you asked for anticipatory gratitude is one of the most powerful keys to manifestation. Finally, kiss the St. Benedict's cross and place it in a special location. preferably alongside a banknote, no matter its value, which will serve as a seed for the multiplication of your prosperity. The power of this ritual lies in the combination of the ancient energy of St. Benedict's cross with the potency of July 27. But remember, faith without works is dead. After performing the ritual, remain attentive to the inspirations and opportunities that will begin to appear in your life.
Emerge in your life. Wealth will not fall from the sky. It will come through doors that open, creative ideas that arise in your mind, and people who cross your path. Pierre Lambert, a young entrepreneur from Île-de-France, the Paris region, heart of culture and commerce, initially skeptical, decided to try the ritual as an experiment. The month following the ritual, 3 major new clients sought out his company, allowing the expansion he had long desired. Today, Pierre keeps a small St. Benedict's cross on his desk and performs the ritual regularly, not only to attract more wealth, but to ensure that his business remains blessed and benefits everyone involved. Claire Dupont, a 42-year-old nurse from Occitanie, south of France, celebrated for its Roman ruins, was deeply in debt after paying for her mother's medical treatment. Desperate, she performed the ritual thinking only about how money would solve all her problems. And the following weeks, nothing happened. Frustrated, she revisited her intention and realized she had been focused solely on herself. She redid the ritual, this time with gratitude and the desire to prosper so she could continue caring for her mother and help others in similar situations. That's when the doors began to open. First, an unexpected raise, then opportunities for extra shifts, and finally an invitation to teach at a technical nursing course, tripling her income. Mathieu Mercier, Mathieu meaning gift of God, and Mercier meaning merchant, a technology entrepreneur from Toulouse, Occitanie, hub of aerospace industry, had tried various prosperity techniques, from visualizations to complex rituals. Nothing brought significant results until he discovered the simplicity and power of St. Benedict's cross. The difference, he says, was not just a temporary change in my financial situation, but a complete transformation in my relationship with money. It was as if an ancestral blockage had been removed, allowing prosperity to flow naturally into my life. Charles Bernard, Charles meaning free man, and Bernard meaning strong as a bear, a 51-year-old IT technician from Provence-Alpes-Côte d'Azur, renowned for its lavender fields, saw his income double in the 3 months following the ritual. Suddenly, an old friend appeared with a business proposal that promised extraordinary profits but involved ethically questionable practices. Despite the temptation, Charles declined. The following week, he was invited to coordinate IT at a reputable company for a salary 3 times higher than before. He passed his test, and his reward came in proportion to his integrity. René Dubois, René meaning reborn, and Dubois meaning of the woods, a practitioner of Candomblé from Normandy, northwest France, famous for its apple orchards, initially hesitated to perform the ritual for fear of spiritual conflicts. He consulted his spiritual guide, who explained that sacred symbols like St. Benedict's cross carry positive energy accessible to anyone with a pure heart, regardless of religion. After performing the ritual, René not only saw his finances improve rapidly, but also felt greater harmony among his spiritual practices. Hélène Fournier, Helen meaning light, and Fournier meaning baker, a 47-year-old self-employed artisan from Alsace, Grand Est, known for its fairy tale villages, established the habit of donating 10% of each new client fee after the ritual. Within 6 months, her revenue quintupled. "The more I give, the more I receive," she says. "It's as if the universe is showing me that I can trust I will never lack." Antoine Bethune, Antoine meaning priceless, and Bethune, the name of a northern French town, a 63-year-old man who performed the ritual 4 months ago, shared. "Extra money is wonderful, of course, But what impressed me most was realizing how I had lived in a constant state of tension due to financial worries. Now that this has been resolved, my blood pressure has normalized. I sleep better, and even my relationship with my wife has drastically improved. It's as if I've reclaimed decades